I hope you are fresh in your mind now. The question mainly you asked about how to do LCA for the local products. Local products, these are all the counts given by the European Union or European Commission. But we have every country the same LCA for the common products. The calculation is the same. If you want to go something with Indian context based, Indian based products, you can go for the list from India. You have to identify where is it available. It is available for every different country. However, orange mango it is the same. So, we will not differentiate anything from European mango and Indian mango. So, these are all the common contention of calculation. So, this is the table which is produced in the paper. There are crops introduced and calculations are given from the list. You can calculate the numbers. So, as I told you, go to the paper, you will identify how to do it. The database is very long. We cannot calculate in one particular hour. LCA calculation is based on the list of items what you are calculating. There was a question before our break. How do we calculate for imported items? That is a very good question. So, I said imported item, we do not know how it was done, whether the soil was emitting too much, and the soil, if you are using some fertile soil, the water consumption was less, it would have been less for imported item. But if the soil was different, they would have used more water, but we do not know how it was grown. If it is for example, strawberries are coming from Sweden or strawberries are coming from other European countries, you are consuming it here. If it is coming from outside, how do you know what soil and what water, what energy was used? So, we cannot do all these things, we have to ask the supplier. When they are connected with you, according to the law of import and export, we have to have the CO2 emission calculation before it comes to the country. So, before it comes to the country, importer and exporter in both the ways they will be having the calculations. And if it is a fair trade product, definitely it will have the information, fair trade product. I do not know what is equivalent here, can anyone say what is equivalent here? Fair trade product is fair trade only. Okay. So, for example, if you are having the fair trade product, if you are using some cattle, if you are bringing for example, Brazil chicken, it is very famous in other countries, Brazil chicken, if they are bringing Brazil chicken to UAE, they might be knowing how much emission happened in the farm, how much emission happened in the transportation. So, all the information will be collected through the supplier, that is the answer for you. So, no, you cannot go and collect it, it is a standard process and you will not be collecting in every single transaction, you have to collect it as a importer. So, there is a table which is given to you, you have to agree on, your government should agree on, then only you can bring the product here. So, UAE is bringing some chicken from outside, but nowadays every country is having self sufficient number of chickens, they do not need to bring from other countries. But Brazil chicken is still it is famous, not for not having the product, they are bringing for the sake of getting new taste. So, before bringing to one country, every country will be having the assessment of LCA for imports. So, these are the examples. When you are having the LCA calculation, global warming calculation is automatically embedded in the system. Some countries, some companies, okay, every country has got as a standalone framework. So, LCA calculation is giving global warming impact of that particular company and fossil resource scarcity, how much is happened because of importing or exporting or growing or transporting, whatever it is. This is only example from the case study, you can do it for your particular case. Now, let me say particular case study so that you can relate it. MCHOP is a case which is conducted mainly conducted by me and my team, and I have written this paper again in the same set of 12 papers. MCHOP is a company which is African food processing company, African food processing company. They are making African ready meals and they are combining multicultural traditions. For example, if they are African, if they are selling to UK household or UK, it is available in the underground of London, vending machine for this, but who is eating all, not only Africans, Europeans, Britishers, Asians, all are eating the food. That means they should be catering to the different culture and different traditions. So, the food aroma is different than African, they are mixing different spices in order to make sure that they are catering to the greenness of the country, because in UK everything should be responsibly sourced. So, the product should come from fair trade products. The products what they are using, the ingredients what they are using in the mix and assembly and processing, it should be responsibly sourced. So, suppliers are also obliged to make less CO2 emission, and it is free from any additives. These are the conditions. Food should not have any color additives and any acid or any external extra element. Coloring is not allowed, no flavoring, extra flavoring, environmentally friendly and recyclable packaging. See how to maintain this, because they are doing in the vending machine. If you are putting the environmental package very light cardboard, it will break. The vending machine is working in such a way, if you are pressing the choice chicken with Indian spice, chicken with African spice, two different choices. Indian spice, if you press it, it will be choosing the package, it is already in the carton, that carton will open, it will burst, it will go to the microwave in a different package. So, microwave will be heating and it is a partly baked, a partly cooked, it will be cooked for nearly 10 to 15 minutes, then it will come to your hand as a piping hot product. So, vending machine chicken, just imagine if you are having this, how can you maintain environmentally friendly recyclable packaging? This is a success story of M-Shop. They are maintaining greenness in the starting point of resources. Resources are green resources, that means everybody is fair trade seller, and they are using the packaging as well as a fair trade product. Packagings are really having environmentally friendly package, the package will be recycled immediately if you put it in the bin. So, this is the company, when how they are doing LCA. We are talking about the company operations as well as LCA. So, IoT sensor is kept, that is the biggest part of our project. Already the company was having it. We are not teaching them how to cook, we are not teaching them how to make the packaging. What we are telling them is how to keep the IoT sensor. IoT sensor is kept in the vending machine. Vending machine has got refrigerator in one side, items are stored in the refrigerator, then it comes to the vending machine. If you look at this diagram, it is very tiny, I do not know whether you can see. Food materials production, it goes to the material transportation stage and then preparation is happening. Raw material is converted into the food preparation. So, food preparation has got many different raw materials and cooking is happening. Finally, it is finalized, food is done. Now, they have to freeze it. This is the freezing. Freezer is having sensor. Here we have sensor 1. That sensor 1 will say the freezing temperature is not reduced beyond minus 18 or it is not going above, no fluctuation in that. So, that is one quality assurance. Second is, this is long term freezing. If when you are removing something, when you open the freezer, you might be knowing the temperature will fall quickly, but nobody is opening, it is automated in this vending machine, but in the office, in the main storage area, they will be opening. So, we have to have sensor in the production sector. When you are going to the vending machine has also got sensor in the refrigerator as well as the piping hot, that temperature should also be maintained and measured. So, when you are looking at it, this process here, one vending machine sensor, here we have second sensor, and here we are having so in the consumption, no, in the consumption quality, some survey will be done for quality. If quality is not maintained, who will buy it? And especially in our country, in India, everything is available in fresh. In other countries, European countries, they are believing the quality of the food when it comes from vending machine. So, even if they are not having fresh food, they are happy with the frozen and vending machine piping hot food. So, quality is to be maintained. Because of that quality, they are buying more and more product because of the sensors. What happens? These sensors are working together. If it goes down or up, if fluctuation in the temperature happens, information goes to the company. Your machine is not working well, and then today night midnight the temperature was different because of defrosting. That information will go down quickly. The person will go to vending machine, remove all the items. He will not sell through vending machine. It will be replenished with the new item. So, what happens to the existing item? Who will eat it? They can quickly sell it. They can sell it to the normal, say another market they are having other than vending machine, they are selling through online. It is not wasted one, but it has to be consumed quickly rather than waiting for another 1 month. So, it can be sold quickly. So, same value, quality is maintained instead of actually it is a prevention measure. Instead of selling it after 1 month, they are selling it now. That is it. So, this is the way we are using technology for maintaining quality. It is one company, maybe every day they will be selling 200, 300, but they have got many branches now. So, they will be selling more than that. If you could save the waste, save from waste, then you are maintaining the environmental sustainability. Validation, how we are validating for LCA, value is given kilograms. As I said, we have to take the weight into factor. The weight is a main factor, then how much importance are given. When you look at this table, this is a calculation they made it for that company. Means every company will have different calculation. It is no single, not one size is fitting all, no one size calculation. That is the same for steel company, same for food company. Even if you are having different numbers, if you look at beans, pepper, emission is same. The calculation of CO2 is one, but according to the weight it will be converted into different number. For example, if you are having 1200 kilos of beans, and if you are having for every kilo emission of bean say 5 milligram, I am not sure how much is that, then this is for only beans. Okay, so, this is based on what we are doing for only beans. We have to calculate for pepper, water, plastic bag. This calculation list is long, very long. So, based on what you are considering. Hotspot analysis meaning is when you are calculating, suddenly you have to go and check in that particular stage, only in one stage, not in all the stages. These are all the acronyms for different products. You go to the paper, you will see what are each one of them. Okay. You can see what is it is green waste. Can anyone see in the paper? Have you opened the paper? I told you before we went for the break. These are all explained in the paper. So, again validation is made. Okay. Finally, our verdict. If you are using the sensors, 2304 kilogram of CO2 equivalent emission per year can be cut off if you are using sensors for one company. This is for one company, only for I think it is for chicken, only for chicken. So, imagine every ingredient through doing this way, sensors can help you to reduce the waste. This much of waste is reduced per year for one company. So, as MBA student, you can do for one particular company, you can make it as a project. You can go to any local company, you can ask them, can I help you to identify what is LCA? You can do voluntarily. You can make this kind of calculation easily. Go to the paper, take some table from there, go to the main website where the numbers are given for CO2, and the question is whether it is only for food. No, it is for cars as well. So, car related one I given here. You can use it. Okay, you try in your mobile phone or computer, calculator.carbonfootprint.com. If you are using any of this calculation, let us take a simple calculation, one example. Who has traveled a long distance today? Anybody travel from outside the city? Okay, shall I make it as 150? Anybody has traveled 150? Okay, I travel 15,000 kilometers. Okay, let me have it. And not the car, I will go back. I will use flight. Stripe with stopover. Oh, site. I'll show you. Okay, from see, let me take something notional. How to say Calcutta? Kolkata. So, my one trip emitted CO2 3.1 ton of emission. So, I am the biggest emitter. It does not mean that I cannot, I will not be traveling. We have to travel, certain things cannot be avoided. So, how do you avoid the CO2? Here in this case, government has made some implication of CO2 emission. If you are emitting more, you have to pay more. So, green tax is added. If you are looking at the ticket carefully, it is not only VAT, VAT is not just for the business what you are doing, VAT is also including your CO2 emission. So, emission tax. All of us are paying some tax for the car, driving car. Car tax is also including emission. So, emission tax is included. So, here we are having emission tax and we can calculate and accordingly you can work on. If you are going by car every single day as a single occupant in the car, you can call your friends, you can share your car. It is called car share. Officially it was registered as a car share by UK. Once in 2010, I do not know when was it introduced, I wanted to add myself in the car share option. That means every day you will be sharing with someone and then you will be using only one parking slot. Now we are having car share and auto share and many other different things, but before 20 years when it was introduced, they were having only one motivation of reducing cost and reducing CO2. Okay, let me go back to our slide. So, you can calculate and accordingly you can work on. So, if you want to have some extra reading, you can go with this LCA calculation. It is in detail where you can find the data, how you can calculate CO2, it is given here. I have just shown the tables, it is only the output, but how the calculations are made and how to make each stage of the calculation. So, you can go to Costa. It is not my paper, it is only the project paper. You can go to 12 papers, there are 12 papers in the same series, you can see all of the papers. Okay, conclusion, LCA tool has been created, but it is mainly to having in mind to potentially decrease the CO2 emission, and you are having greater impact on the food supply chain as well as different supply chains. Here we have talked about only food supply chain, and tool is fully functional for different stages of LCA. You can include raw material, supplier, transportation, manufacturing, distribution, retailer, anything in it. LCA results demonstrated that the contribution of IoT technology increased the company's impact by around 0.4%. You may be laughing, why only 0.4 percentage? But 0.4 percentage itself is a very high amount, and when everybody is doing properly, then you will gain the highest number of CO2 emission. However, considering the reduction of food waste generation of 2 percentage, again 2 percentage, it is possible to decrease the environmental impact by 2304 kg. Just if you are reducing 2 percentage of waste, you are contributing in a different way. The impact will be reduced, impact of carbon dioxide emission will be reduced, global warming will be controlled. These are all possibilities, but in order to reach the 2030 ambition of UN sustainability goal, it is very difficult. You have seen the first slide. In 2030, United Nations are trying to achieve certain CO2 emission goal. It is not very easy for us, everyone should contribute, starting from food, and then now we are talking about textile. How many of you are wearing the textile with recycled material? I do not see anyone here. All are having, we are all having cotton, right? Yes, recycled material. It is available in Debenhams in my place, and Splash, it is in UAE. You might be having same thing here. Are we buying it? Your parents, will they allow you to buy for upcycled product for higher price, but it is only material from PET bottles. Have you seen such material? I recently bought it. Normally the shirt is for 50 pounds, for example, recycled one, it is upcycled from PET bottles, it is 100 pounds. First of all, you should be ready to give more money for something which is not virgin material. It is recycled material from PET bottle. It is very amazing to see, right? I should have brought it here. It is a silky kind of material, it is a polyester, because it is from PET bottle, the fiber comes from PET bottle, and initially I felt it will be itching my skin. I was so skeptical in using it. Then when I used it was okay. That means we have to have the mindset to accept certain changes in textile. Fast fashion is the one which is difficult to calculate LCA. I think you mentioned it, right? Fast fashion, how do you know where it comes from, and how do you know what are the layers can be ripped off from the dress? This is quite common nowadays. When you are giving your old dress or old material, they will rip it off, all the yarns will be taken out. If it is a cotton, it is a different story. If it is a polyester, it is a different story. That means you should have a different production line for taking the yarn out. So, it is not very simple. That means I am spending more money on recycling. Instead of saying recycling, I have to say it is upcycled, because I am spending more money, I am improving the value, but who is giving the certification it is upcycled? Customers. Customers should give some importance for the recycled material. If you are ready to buy for the higher price, then it will become upcycled material. So, here the problem is we are not having enough mindset of people to buy the upcycled or recycled material. These are, again I have given these from my papers, most of them about the waste in textile or in food or in different manufacturing, like polypropylene, UV treated jute bags. There are many interesting stories. If you have time, just read only the stories, you do not need to worry about the mathematical modeling. Most of the papers are having two sides, one side of case study and other side how to convert into a mathematical modeling, because I am a mathematician, I cannot avoid doing some mathematics in it. So, I have done the modeling as well. So, if you have time, you just go for it. Intervention based model, the last one is about Ford company. It is not directly mentioned about the company, but it is related to the supply chain of the Ford company. And the third one, I am talking about fifth one, that is Ford company. First one is food supply chain. Second one is very interesting, it is about the jute company, jute bags. See, normally when we buy jute bag, yesterday we have been given with, how long do we use it? Use it for 1 year, 2 years. Once the one handle is gone, we will just throw it. Right? Instead, just imagine if somebody is ready to collect the jute bag from you, whether it is a small or big one, they are trying to make it as a perfect bag again and giving it to you. You may be happy to do it, right? Because it is not going to cost you anything. Even if it is costing, it is a small amount. This is happening in the company. It is a company level, they are selling millions of bags, not just one bag, and jute bags are used mainly for pharmaceutical and cosmetics. Pharmaceutical companies are using and cosmetic companies are using big jute bags. And UV treated meaning is all the nasty things dirt will be removed, UV treatment, ultraviolet rays. So, the bag will become fresh, new, fresh again to be resold. They will be selling to the same buyer. So, in that case they are having the reverse logistics, they are getting the value, it is upcycled, but the price is lower. So, it is recycled, name is given as recycled. So, if you are interested, just go through any of the third one we are going to talk about little bit in your case study session, somewhat similar. So, yeah. So, calculating emission already we talked about, but this is somewhat extra example of what is product life cycle, marketing and sales perspective. Why people are saying that my company is green? What is the reason? Businesses are working for profit, right? Always businesses are working for profit. Some businesses they are not for profit, very few. But when you are talking about product life cycle, is it really impacting the marketing people? Is it impacting the sales objective of the marketing people? Of course, if I say proudly my company is following green objectives, my company is having less CO2, then people will be ready to buy. Your brand image is improved. For example, if I am saying my company is using textile products with chemical dye, people will say chemical dye, no, it is not good, it will be contaminating water. If I say my company is using the products, textile products with bio that is natural dye, yes, it is very interesting, but if you look at the background of it, natural dye is taking 30 times of liquid than the chemical dye, because concentration is very less. So, you have to use more dye, natural dye compared to the chemical dye. So, it is very time consuming, you have to press too many pomegranates in order to get one color. If it is a chemical dye, one small bottle will be enough. It means there is a lot of pain to be taken to be in the greener side, but your image is uplifted. How many people are ready to buy the higher value product? They do not understand the importance of non-chemicals, so they will not pay money. This is only for nowadays, it is only for European consumers, mainly Western consumers. When we are ready to buy higher value biodegradable product, probably we will be economically prosperous in this country. So, marketing should make this change. Any marketing person from here? Yes, can you say how can you change our mindset to buy the bio items?
One perfect example is organic food items. Whenever we are going to a mall, there is a separate section for organic products. So certain kind of consumers are there who are looking for organic product only. Like Tata are preparing some organic product, they have a premium price for that product. So definitely it creates a value for these customers whether they should go for organic or not. So in this way they are prioritizing a brand image. These are organic product, and who are conscious regarding organic product, they definitely go there. And if even if they are requiring some premium price also, people are ready to go. But at the same time, if you are not branding your product properly, if you are just keeping that mixed with organic, non-organic, that will not create any image, because people only think the price only. But if you are advertising they are more organic, they are more health conscious, then only people can go for the organic products. In this way, marketing also plays a vital role for advertising your life cycle things or sustainable things.
So, advertising and promoting the product through marketing strategies. Now, we are coming to the point of strategies. Strategies are making the people's mindset to change. Mindset will not change suddenly all over within a fraction of second you cannot change your mind, but main thing what we say is inculcate the habit of being green to young children. So, child education will be having certain sustainability lessons in the class. Now, all the schools are having, probably it can be having the cascading effect to all of us. We are learning from young people now. They will be teaching in the future, parents, you have to behave like this, so you should not buy other one. So, there are certain stages in the life cycle, especially for automobile. We talked little bit about it, it is only the outline. We will be talking about environmental perspective. So, its perspective is connected with the child's education. This is the one everyone knows about it. Product life cycle is always having this kind of a structure. It's a evergreen, we can't change it. When once the product is introduced, it will be growing for some time, it will be achieving the growth at maturity level, then the product will be having the end. So, declining slowly like our mobile phones. This is a common diagram, anybody can understand whether you are in marketing or in the production or anywhere. So, this is the same life cycle for every product. Some of the items are going to be crushed, like car is one big example. We are having the raw material from different parts of the country or different countries, then it is assembled, product is going to these different stages. Once you are overusing, you are not happy with this, it's not to use, you have to scrap it, you are sending it for scrapping, then tires and other things are taken out, dismantling, the tires are going to be sold separately, engine can be sold separately. That is what our person is doing here, they are just crushing it, am I right? They are doing this. So much of value is generated from this, here value generation. That means it is not waste, metal can be taken out from this crushed car, then it is value generation for the car. When you are looking at it, this is normally given for my students, they will be filling this. So, now you are going to fill it. Okay. From other country, outside the country, wherever you are, if you are in India, it is coming from outside. If I am in Dubai, I will say it is coming from outside. So, manufacturing, testing, quality control, everything is done outside the country, and they are keeping it in the warehouse, then they are sending to the country. Okay, it is coming to India, for example, it is manufactured somewhere. It is coming to India through international shipping, freight or warehousing, anything, all of them are having some CO2 emission. Is it right? What are the activities involved? Now, I am not talking about CO2, what are the activities involved here? International shipping, what activity? Name 5 activities. Can be shipping activity, freight activity or warehouse activity. Anybody?
So, right from manufacturing of the product,
After manufacture.
after manufacturing, first is transportation to the port.
Yeah.
Then again metal will be loaded in the port.
Loading, yeah.
Then while loading we need machineries like a crane,
Yeah,
or or a forklift sort of things. Then again unloading machine is required.
So, movement of good shipping, yeah.
Then again from port to warehouse, transportation by good,
So,
trucks. And
Okay.
again to respective selling locations or retail outlets.
So, delivery to different location. So, this is the key, I want
And
this answer.
Retail
Okay.
shop also, they are using AC, they are using all sort
So,
of
that
things.
means hundreds of
Carbon.
activities. I say only 5 activities, there are hundreds of activity. When you lift again CO2, when you put it down again CO2, when you are doing all this kind of activities, if number of activities are more, emission is also more. You can say, why should I have so many activities, I will use a crane, I will be moving the crane, but still movement of crane is also involving CO2. CO2 emission activity, normally I will ask students list 10, which is highest CO2 emission activity, what is the lowest CO2 emission activity, where can you reduce the activity. See, if you know about the retail store, I am combining 2 different things. When you are entering the big shops, normally what you see here, there will be aisle, this is a retail store layout. If you have studied layout as one of the course materials in your MBA, this is a layout of retail stores, you will be moving. So, when you are going to retail store, these are the shelves. When you are entering here, some items will be kept here for display, which is attracting you, and you would have gone only for buying milk. You are buying so many different items because milk is at the end. So, this is called layout of retail stores, common for any country. If you look at any country, this is the layout. Milk is here, milk will not be kept at the same aisle, or it should be opposite, diagonally opposite. It can be here or it can be here, you can change the position. Milk and bread diagonally opposite, that is the rule of thumb for many of the retail stores. Why?
Ma'am, milk and bread are a very consumable goods. Many people regularly buy, but the many products are not be regularly used, but the attraction is there.
Yes.
But that's why the many stores has kept there at the end, because the consumer will go around that and they can see and they can attract to that product. They can buy because
Yes.
they are not interested for that, but after seeing that this is product, is new product is launched, then they attract the product.
Yeah, right. So, correct, exactly, you are spot on. So, when you are talking about more activities in the operations, more CO2. When there are more activity in the retail store, we are not talking about CO2, it is converted into the sale. So, that means activity is not bad, activity is good for certain areas, activity is not good for other areas. Here activity meaning is walking around the aisle. If you are walking more and more, your items will be sold. And if you are keeping the layout in such a way, in a diagonally opposite, milk and bread, probably you will not be having the same kind of welcoming approach. Students will be okay, they will walk. My parents, if they are going, if I am going, I want to pick up quickly milk and bread, I do not want to walk around. But retailers, they want to make you walk more. So, more walking in the retail sector meaning is more purchase from the consumers. So, activities are not bad, activities are required only when there is a need. For retailer there is a different need, for manufacturer or for other sector there is a different need. Okay, examples are given for emission. This is again, you can go with the Scarborough FCRN, both of them are giving the scale what how much CO2 is emitted for meat. Meat from different countries, sometimes it is different emission number. You can ask me why. If you are already gone through the website, you will say meat from Australia is different emission. The reason is Australian chicken and others, they are chicken and goat, they are all in open space, emission is different. If chicken is in cage, emission is different. So, the numbers are slightly changing, but fruits and vegetables same number, almost the same number. I have given this in two different places, I guess you can see the examples. So, these are just examples of each car how much emission, average emission. I do not know which car you are driving, yeah, Vauxhall, Toyota. I am driving Toyota now. So, my car emission is much lower compared to Opel. So, we can see how much emission is happening. This is the activity for you, just start doing this activity. Now, let me explain this. Now, you have brought your car, okay. After import it has come to you from shipyard. For customers it is taking some 10 grams per day. How many days normally we keep? Normally 3 days. So, 10 grams per day, so 3 days, so 30 grams. This is a simple activity, you can fill it, now you fill it. So, this is outside the country, 120 gram happening outside the country, 120 grams per day, 30 days. Okay, what is the interpretation? Now, yeah, it takes time because we are using calculator. I think it is correct number, 40,000, right. What is the interpretation? That is our main part, not the calculation. We have 40,570 grams of CO2 in the life of 10 years of saloon car, not 4-wheel drive. If you are having one Toyota Eco, I do not know what you have, Avensis, Toyota, what car is available here? Camry. So, saloon car, any saloon car. If you are using this, is it a high number or not? 40,570 grams for 10 years. Actually, it is not high number. If you divide it for every year, the count is not very high. So, what is the benchmark standard to have the emission? What is best? We are always saying best, better, good. How? Only by comparison, right? When you are comparing your car with other car, we say this is the one. But some cars, they claim that they don't have emission, you don't need to pay tax. Mercedes, I think A series, they have introduced Mercedes A series 200. I got this A200. Yeah, e-vehicle. I come to that point. E-vehicle is very controversial yet in the papers, in literature. This is a diesel car, A20 Mercedes. They claim that they don't have emission. So, less emission, it's within the limit, so they don't need to pay emission tax. No emission tax. I am talking about my experience. It is not the emission tax. What he is talking about, it's true. Battery operated car, it's not having emission, so I don't need to pay emission tax. But now the recent papers, they are discussing, how can you say it's not having emission after the battery life? Battery should be disposed of completely, and you have to see only after 10 years whether it is having some emission or not. You cannot say it now. That is argument. I don't know how far it's true. We are all working in that sector, you know it. Battery operated car, it has got a different battery than what you are using in the other cars. Right. So, any idea?
In case of the battery used in diesel and petrol cars, they have a buyback options. Either the company or there is a retailer who is taking the buybacks, then he is using the plate again to recycle it.
Okay.
But in case of lithium, I
But
don't
battery
have
operated car, we do not know what's the end of life, right?
So, no, new concept is hydrogen
Hydrogen,
powered vehicle. It is under process only. The main thing is that how during the process of hydrogen preparation, it also is energy consuming task. So basically, in nowadays, hydrogen operated on a vehicle is a costly affair. But if the preparation of hydrogen plant, if it is sourcing is renewable energy like solar or wind, then it can nullify the excess of CO2 emission. So in this sector also a lot of work is going on how to make green hydrogen. So whenever this green hydrogen concept is fully operational, then only we can say that hydrogen operated vehicles are fully green.
So, we have to wait until it's completely operational, right?
Yes, yes. Another thing is that since you are taking an example of food industries, I would suggest, since you are attending lots of conferences, you have to awareness. Like in health conscious cases, every good restaurant, they give a caloric value how much we are consuming against each food. So that you may think that this is a fancy thing that these hotels are notifying what is the calorific value, so that the people will be more conscious what to take or what to not take. Similarly, if any item is there, if you put against that item how much water is consumed against each item, that will be beneficial for the users, how much water are wasted against this items. Like if you are ordering a rice, total amount of water is consumed to produce that rice. If it is mentioned, it will be a health conscious towards environment.
Thank you. Actually, it is a very good idea. Instead of giving only nutritional value and calories, you have to give how much energy is input in that particular product. For example, for making one apple, we are spending 150 liters of water until it's grown. So, we are not making one apple, right? Apple tree will be giving 50-100 apples at that period. So, when you are making the calculation, each apple has taken 150 liters of water to become a full edible apple. That means we have to mention how much water, how much other resources are used in that. It's a very good idea. We have to put it forward to the government. And
Again, one thing is that last 10 it is a fashion to use bottled water in good restaurants.
Mm.
So we can make also awareness all people not to use packaged water, because the countries like all countries they don't have water. Yes, they may use the packaged water, but in like India, where water is freely available there, they can use simply purified water like aquaguard water. But it's become a fashion to use packaged water. Yesterday I was in a restaurant in Raulkela only. I saw the packaged water cost is 60 rupees.
Mm.
So what is the mean of using that packaged water of 60 rupees? We can have a simple water which is purified by any machines.
That's very true. Yeah, packaged water is really costly. Normally, we carry one flask with us, and that's the way I work. But here I cannot carry. That's why I have not taken it here. This is very simple. Many students are changing. I've seen in IIT Chennai, when I went last time before 2 years, they were carrying some flask. Even IIMs in Bangalore, IIM, IISc, they are having one water bottle or flask in the hand. In UK, I have seen flexible foldable coffee cup. Even my family members, we use it. We can take the coffee cup, it's like a flat one. When you take it, it will come, it's a silicone one. It will come as a full tumbler, it's a full glass. We can give it to Costa Coffee, they will fill it 25p less, because you are using your own cup. So 25p, it's an incentive. 25p is a huge amount for students, right? So the coffee is 3 pounds, 25p is less every day. So these are the incentives we are giving for green sustainability.
Ma'am, the
for
same
usage.
happens in our hostel. When we ask for milk or tea, they ask us to bring our own cups. So that there was an initiative here where they mentioned that we will not be using those plastic cups for the tea, coffee or milk. So in the hostels, it's like we need to take our own cup and they'll fill it and they'll give it to us.
So it's our consciousness. When we are talking about sustainability, we have to be sustainable. And I should thank you that every day they are giving me in glass, not giving any plastic. So we can avoid plastic. I don't say plastic is completely bad, but we can avoid using it. If our globe is using same plastic what we are already having, it may come for another 20 years. We don't need any new plastic. We can recycle the existing plastic, still we can survive. So that's a conclusion for now. I'll be seeing you with case study afterwards, after lunch. You have to read the case study, please. We have seen so much. Strategy is not complete. Strategy is going to be in the case study. We have not completed strategy yet. There are many strategies. One is LCA, we have done it. LCA is one kind of strategy. There are hundreds of strategies. We are seeing 2 to 3 strategies in the paper. Okay. Please read it. I will discuss it later. Thank you.
Anyone has to ask anything? Any questions?
Ma'am, I was been with our railway, Indian Railway. I used to purchase water bottle for 20 rupees, 1 liter water bottle for 20 rupees for from some companies. Then I found that Rail Neer, one particular brand, it is available in 15 rupees. It is giving 1 liter with 15 rupees. And government introduced another scheme that if you bring your own bottle, then we'll fill it for 5 rupees.
Very good.
And if you are not having bottle, we'll provide you bottle and we'll take 8 rupees for that 1 liter bottle. So it went for around 2 to 3 years, I have seen. But later the local retailers, they complained that we need to sell our 20 rupees bottle for 1 liter. So that thing went this thing.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how is this can be managed?
Actually,
Because
these are all business competition. I cannot comment on the business competition in politics. However, if we are boycotting certain things, if you are buying not instead of saying boycotting, if you are trying to buy only which is sustainable to us, to our pocket as well as for the green, then we will be majority for it. So when we show our support to the refilling purposes, then other thing will be fading away naturally, right? So that's the only way I feel it's possible. And you know, I am not in this country for many years. Come back for a certain reason now for the delivery of this. But in my experience, I could confidently say when everybody is showing the solidarity for a certain procedure, it will become a norm later. So, if you are showing the unity and solidarity for particular aspect, then other thing will fade away, your majority will be the norm for the future. Is it correct? The norm means it will become a regular thing. That is why we are making the changes in life. Refilling is a very good option. We are avoiding plastic, and refilling concept is there in many places. Even the shampoo can be refilled. You might be knowing, we don't need to buy shampoo and soap, liquid soap I don't buy every time. I can take my liquid soap container, I can refill it. Similarly, there are many other things we can refill. So, why not water then? Water is a basic commodity, and we normally when I was a child, we have not paid any money for water. I have never seen that concept of buying water, honestly. Until I was in this country, no, it was very rare to buy water. Nowadays, I think it has become a very normal thing. Anything else? Thank you. Yes, we have to make the changes. Nobody is going to come and help us. We ourselves should stand up for us and make the changes. Rather than agitation, we can show solidarity in positive things, then it will become a normal change over the period of time. Okay. Thank you very much.